Hard to imagine that it's been over 3 decades since the invention of the internet. Now in 2022, a new vision of the semantic web is rapidly gaining popularity as Web3 has been extended and strengthened by 30 years of innovation. Hello and welcome to XR Today. I'm your technology presenter Isabel Blakemore, and in this video I'll be discussing what is Web3, what it isn't, and when you can start using it. So let's get straight into it. So firstly, you're probably interested in knowing what is Web3. The new decentralized internet Web3, also known as Web 3.0, can be defined as a third generation of online services where AI-based semantics, AR, VR-based immersiveness, and blockchain-based decentralization come together to create transparent, open, and socially responsible internet experiences. So let's look into the traits of Web3, and here are 5 defining characteristics. The first key trait is true ubiquity. This is a direction in which we have already made significant progress. Web3 entails that internet access will be universal across regions, networks, and devices. The next one is reliance on 3D graphics. Some analysts and emerging players have equated Web3 with a sort of spatial web. Deloitte's spatial web design is a good example, bringing together a physical layer, a digital information layer, and a spatial interaction layer to make the internet available through new non-text channels. Another trait is open source code. This mandatory trait of Web3 is slightly harder to achieve. The internet right now is overwhelmingly controlled by a handful of technology majors and companies who act as gatekeepers for data and algorithmic processes. The new internet will be based on a completely open source architecture that anyone can use, modify, and extend without any restrictions. The next one is user and creator incentivization. Web3 will aim for a better balance in creator economics. Right now, there are a few checks and balances on how online creators are compensated for their work, and a small percentage often receives a disproportionate share of incentives. This kind of clear incentivization will be a big part of the Web3 experience in order to drive accountability among every stakeholder. And the last trait is decentralization and interoperability. Finally, Web3 will be controlled by no single or group of organizations and will be fully decentralized through blockchain architecture. This is one of the main reasons why Web3 has become feasible for development only recently. Users, creators, and every online entity would exist on a connected spectrum that's made decentralized through a specially designed protocol. So what kind of things aren't Web3? As you can see, Web3 isn't just a theoretical concept limited to science fiction or academic experiments. It's a very real technology in making, which is why it's important to understand that Web3 is not one of these 3 aspects. The first being a super fast AI-powered internet. While Web3 uses AI to make semantic connections, this improves search quality and not speed. Internet speeds will be revolutionized by a different technology, this being 5G. The second one is a completely virtual universe that exists in VR. The metaverse is related to Web3, but the 2 concepts aren't identical. You may think of the metaverse as one of the operating systems through which you may access the new internet, Web3. And the third one is internet untethered from currently known interfaces. Internet decentralization doesn't mean that it will mandatorily require different hardware and software interfaces. Users can continue on the same devices just like across Web 1 and Web 2, with new interfaces supported additionally. So when can you start using Web3? There are isolated spurts towards progress in this space. The major work yet to be done lies in consolidation and protocol enforcement, which will ultimately provide Web3 with the kind of universality the social web enjoys, possibly by the end of this decade. That's all from me, but if you do want more information about Web3 or anything going on in the XR world, click on the link below this video, which will take you straight over to the XR Today website. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the XR Today channel for regular videos and news updates, and follow our socials so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching.